Speaker Pelosi, how are you feeling today?
I feel I'm so inspired by the Vice President's speech. She has so much strength throughout all of this, including today. Of course, I'm very disappointed.
And another 4 years of Donald Trump?
I don't want to even talk about him today.
Woo! Boy, this gonna be, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good 4 years, boy. Boy, she is hands behind your back. Boy, she gonna be mixing that clear and dark, y'all. She gonna be mixing that clear and dark. She gonna be mixing that clear and dark. Oh, it's time to sober up, Nancy. Nancy. It's time to sober up. Put it down. Put it down. Hands behind your back. Woo! Now look, I know we've been happy, celebrating, barbecuing at the liquor store early in the morning, at the liquor store late at night, and some of y'all still ain't stopped drinking and celebrating and dancing and partying. But there's somebody that is just on a different type of level, that is on a different type of happy, and is proud for this Trump victory. Look at the smile on this man's face. Look at the smile on Joseph's face, y'all. Yeah. He cleaned up the ice cream. Ain't no more ice cream. The floor ain't sticky no more. He cleaned the ice cream and the sprinkles up. He said, Dr. Jill, get out of here. I got it. I can clean up my mess. The president started wiping up his mess, the ice cream he dropped on the floor, and he put a smile on his face. We appreciate you, Joe. We appreciate you.
President Biden is going to address the nation this morning after speaking with President-elect Donald Trump yesterday on the phone.
Biden offering Trump a meeting at the White House to ensure a smooth transition as Vice President Harris concedes the election, but not the fight.
Peter Ducey is live at the White House. Hey, Peter, what is the president saying?
What's going on, Peter?
Good morning. Some Democrats are sad about Harris losing. Some Democrats are mad about Harris losing, and they're blaming Joe Biden. So even though he got himself out of the way months before anybody ever voted,
You blew it, Joe. You called him trash, Joe. Joe, you were very unhinged, sir. You couldn't control yourself at the end, Joe. You were very unhinged. You actually pissed a lot of people off, Joe. You know? Yeah. You already blew the motor and transmission for us on the debate stage. Yeah. And then, Joe, you put a Trump hat on? Joe, did you put a Trump hat on? There's no way, Joe. Biden. Trump hat. Gonna get this beautiful picture out. Joe, there's no way you put this Trump hat on. There's no way, Joe. There's no way, Joe. Joseph. I'm gonna get Brandon on the phone. Unbelievable. We appreciate you though, Joe. But we know you. And then Dr. Jill didn't make it any better. She didn't make it any better. She went to the voting booth wearing red. What a coincidence. What y'all think of this, people? Jill Biden wears Republican red on election day. And look at this. So all I can say is, what did you expect? And did you also think, the way they ran this campaign, the way they ran it on, not answering questions, hiding, running on, all you knew was abortion. And then women twerking at rallies, rappers, celebrities, P. Diddy list, P. Diddy all on the floor. P. Diddy all on the floor. P. Diddy. That P. Diddy all. Pushing all these celebrities on the people. Thought that was gonna pull the nail. Y'all were pissing people off, man. Everything what y'all did this campaign. This campaign has been a complete movie. And Trump's staff, Trump's campaign team, they did such an amazing job responding to everything. Trump did such an amazing job, and he did actually an amazing job. And this is because he's not a politician without needing a teleprompter 24/7. Half of the time, Trump is off the teleprompter. Just saying. Anyways, let's get back into it.
Harris campaign aide is quoted in Politico as saying, "We ran the best campaign we could considering Joe Biden was president," grumbled one Harris aide granted anonymity to speak freely. "Joe Biden is the singular reason Kamala Harris and Democrats lost. Biden was told privately this summer that he had a 0% chance of beating Trump, but after that, Harris got a huge bounce when she joined the ticket, picked Tim Walz, and had a glitzy convention. And now campaign staff are getting an email from their boss, Jen O'Malley Dillon, that says, 'I know the vice president isn't finished in this fight, and I know the very people on this email are also going to be leaders in this collective mission. View this as the beginning, not the end.'" That was the gist of the VP's remarks at Howard University yesterday that seemed somewhat hastily organized. An invite was texted to supporters just hours ahead of time, and NBC News is reporting the Harris team did not spend much time writing a concession. They thought her initial remarks were just going to be about keeping the faith during a days-long vote count.
"While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. That is a fight I will never give up."
And we don't know how exactly the vice president plans to keep up that fight as a private citizen come January. Back to you.
Hey, Peter, you mentioned that Donald Trump was invited by Joe Biden to go to the White House before the inauguration just to work things out. Did you see the lead of Drudge right now is the conservative publication National Review said they gave some advice to Joe Biden. Joe Biden should pardon Donald Trump of all the pending charges, relieves the special counsel Jack Smith of his duties, and then asks the New York governor to pardon Trump from crimes he was convicted in New York State. Is there any chance Joe Biden could actually pardon Donald Trump?
Well, if you listen, if you believe what the president has told us over the last few months, that would introduce the possibility that he could pardon Donald Trump and then not pardon his son and let Hunter go off and rot in jail. And so it's possible, but we have no indication that that's going to happen. I asked Biden about that a couple months ago, and he just kind of laughed about it and said, "That's a good question."
But you know, Peter, he could pardon Donald Trump, and then Donald Trump could pardon his son in January.
Yeah. Or, yes, it is possible.
It would be a pardon palooza, Peter.
Yes.
Hey, Peter, I have a prediction.
Hey, what y'all think of that, though?
You're going to get a sit down with,
love for love. Yeah. Again, man, we got to just put everything aside. We got to swallow it up, swallow the pride, and let's just love for love. Love for love. Love for love. Yeah. Unbelievable. Crack pipe, laptop out in the middle of the street, crack pipe all out in the middle of the street. We don't know it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we know what happened now. Them Patriots know what happened. Yeah. I'll tell you, them Patriots know what happened. Don't sit up here like you don't know now.
President Biden before he leaves.
Oh, that would be great.
In the White House. That's my prediction. Would you accept his invitation?
Yes, I would accept an invitation to have a one-on-one interview with the president.
I'm going to call him right after the show.
And it sounds like I could just get like a preemptive pardon because everybody else seems to need one to talk to the president. Just in case.
Just in case.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, pardon me.
It's from jaywalking or whatever. But Steve, I don't think he's going to need. I don't think they're going to need
He's
it.
never done anything wrong in his life, right?
Who, Peter?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got information.
I think it's totally unfair, though, of the Democrats to blame Joe Biden for all of this. First of all, y'all used him. And then when y'all didn't need to use him anymore, y'all got rid of him. Also, the whole plan of Joe Biden was for him to only serve one term.
Right.
That's what he said during the. But Kamala was so bad. She was so bad, so he could not pass the torch. And as we've seen since this election, why it was so bad.
Plus, there was pressure on him because they said he's the only one that was able to beat Donald Trump
Donald
before.
Trump, yeah.
Hey, but I will.
They should have kept him in there. They should. I told y'all this months ago. I told y'all the first two months of her campaign. I said, "Oh boy, this is bad." They should have just kept Biden in there. And some of y'all like, man, why would you say that, Rick? Why would you say that? Now you see why. And did y'all go look at the votes, the voting count? Go look. How in the did Joe Biden get 81 million votes? When you go look at how 81 million. So I've come to, like them Patriots say, and everybody else was that, that didn't get hit upside the head with a rock or have completely Trump derangement syndrome stage 4. Trump is the only president to win 3 elections. I'm just saying, 3 elections, President Trump, 3 elections. Because go look at the voting, go look at the data, go look at the paper, go look at it all. And something in 2020 does not, you look at it, it's like, no, no. Yeah, but again, it's passed. Biden is the sitting president, and it's been a little bumpy road, a little rough road these past 4 years. And now we're here. And all I can say is, what did you expect? What did you expect? That's all I can say is, man, we've covered this thing from the top, from the bottom. We've done such an amazing job, y'all. Independent media, us creators, we have done such an amazing job, man, through all the corruption, the bias, the fake news, the lies, the propaganda. We've covered it all, man. So, I'm here to celebrate with my brothers and sisters, man. On the other side, they crying, but I'm here to celebrate. Because we covered all that nonsense. Sham trials. Complete bananas out in the middle of the street. It's a banana republic now. Come after your political opponent. But I told y'all God ain't done, baby. All glory. God ain't done. And there's a reason that chart came up when President Trump turned his head on July 13th. There's a reason that he turned his head. When they get emotional in here and start crying, let me stop. But I'm just keeping it real.
Say this. I think there's that school of thought, yes. But I also think that he was drunk with success in the midterms. And he thought, the heck with this. We kept the Senate, and it took them 3 extra weeks to flip the House, which was supposed to be a rout. So there's no red wave. They like me. They really like me. Yeah. I'm staying. Well, just like Leo DiCaprio.
And other Democrats supported him, too, and to the debate performance.
Yeah, right. But ultimately, I think...
That's true, Brian.
I think he probably thought...
What movie?
You remember that movie?
I remember Titanic with him.
What was the movie? Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, yeah.
When he's supposed to resign?
Yeah. And
he stood supposed to resign. Said,
I'm staying.
Wait a second. Can we roll that clip?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll let him grab it.
Yeah, Christian.
What did y'all think of the concession speech yesterday?
It wasn't a concession speech. Essentially, she said, I'm not done fighting. But America took a vote on her fight and said, no, thank you. What's interesting about, as we talk a little bit about the blame game, there are a number of stories this morning that the people in Biden world, the people who told Joe Biden, that he should stay in it and encouraged him to run a second term, even though he had not achieved the stratospheric legacy of FDR, which they told him he would do, is the people around Joe Biden are blaming Nancy Pelosi. And they say he could have won the white working class voters. Harris ceded to Donald Trump. And to Joe Biden, having essentially Nancy squeeze him out was like when Barack Obama in 2016 said, Joe, sit down. I'm picking, what's her name?
They should have.
Hillary Rodham Clinton instead to run as my successor.
They should have looked back and remembered that she was the first one that had to drop out of the race when she ran before. America did not want her.
But it's still not getting her attention. Essentially, the concession speech.
And Liz Cheney did not help. You know? And we know about that whole Liz Cheney situation. Yeah. When it comes to Donald Trump, yeah, we know about that whole situation. No. We do. If you know, you know. When Trump say, you can't be in this cabinet. No. Anyways.
Was the start of the resistance movement.
Right.
I mean, before he's even been sworn in, she's made it very clear, even though the country rejected whatever agenda that the staff wrote, because we never heard from her about policy. There was not an economic policy. There was not a border policy. There was all these flip-flops that the staff communicated, not her. She still says that we're going to resist.
Several things when you watch the concession speech. First of all, she waited until 4 o'clock in the afternoon to do it, which I understand if she wants to wait till the next morning, fine. But to wait until later the next day in the afternoon, I just didn't think that was the right move. And then when you do hear it, she talks about, I'm not giving up the fight, A, and B, she said, this time it will be an easy transition of power, or something like that, like throwing it in Trump's face from before.
I expected it. I did expect that. But what I thought was I had a great conversation with the former president.
I wish him all the best.
That would be good. That would be classy.
Do you think there might be a cease and desist, at least in the short term, from all of them? Like, you would not be surprised if Donald Trump does an interview tomorrow, if he doesn't go out and say she's terrible vice president, he doesn't say, Joe Biden's
I think he's
mind is melting down. I think that there might be a cease and desist. And I know so many times President Trump, when Meghan McCain and he was sparring, he would not go back at Meghan McCain. Yeah. He said, I didn't touch Michelle Obama on purpose. He does hold back from certain people.
Well, after the fight
and the Bushes
is over,
too, he doesn't really bring it back.
And he won.
And that's the deal. You know how he says it. It's like a UFC fight. You beat the hell out of each other. Right. There's blood everywhere. Yada, I know it's morning television. But then after that, you hug it out and you move forward. And I think even when you had Eric Trump that was on last night, when he was asked about the concession speech, he wanted to move on. He did not want to talk about Kamala Harris. I think that is the viewpoint of the former president.
And what you said a moment ago, talking about this is the beginning of the resistance against Donald Trump, I think you're right. And that goes back full circle to what I had quoted from the Conservative National Review. What they say is, after Joe Biden pardons Donald Trump, Donald Trump deserves to enter the term in January of 2025 with a slate wiped clean of the controversies of the previous era. And it would ultimately be good for Joe Biden's legacy because then it will make him appear like he is a uniter. Let's go forward. It's never going to happen.
But the cases are going away. Jack Smith's already going. He's getting rid of all the cases. The only thing left is the New York sentencing. And what I can't see that I don't know if the President of the United States can touch a New York story. If you saw Letitia James with her bizarre press conference yesterday,
he would have to go to the governor.
Right.
All right. We'll hear more. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Boy, what y'all think of all this, man? It's getting spicy. All I can say, I keep it real. We seeing through everything right now, man. The corrupt media, how everybody's responding, everybody on here crying, screaming. I mean, it's crazy, man, right now. But the people have spoken, man. And I'm just proud to be a part of this, y'all. That we got to say you to a lot of people and things that needed it. How relevant is Hollywood now? Pull out the list. Pull out that P. Diddy list now. Playing in people's faces. Hey, mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, A, B, C, B, C, 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 alphabet order. That's what them people were saying, man. And I told y'all, man, the media, the bias reporting, the propaganda, the lies, things that have been debunked. Y'all made it worse for this lady, man. And she made it worse for herself too, because she went out there and repeated some of the stuff that we all know it's been debunked. You know? So she went out there wasting half of the time instead of blaming Trump, blame, the blame game. Instead of actually staying focused and actually figuring out, well, how can I appeal to people? How can I, let me explain my policy. Let me explain what I'm going to do. Let me explain everything. She come out there, can't answer a question. Word salads, word spaghetti. You know, like, come on. I grew up in the middle class. I grew up in the middle class. We all cut our front lawn every other Thursday. And guess what? We the people have dreams and aspirations. From what has been unburdened, from what has been burdened. To the significance of the passage of time. Yeah. Yesterday will be today, to tomorrow, to what was yesterday. And guess what? There are still people that voted for that. You know why? Because they hate Trump so much. Because of things like the corrupt media, the brainwashing, the way he speaks, the way he talks about things, because he doesn't utter like a politician, because he goes off the teleprompter. Because they fear him. It's a lot of things. But anyways, y'all, let me try to think all this. I just had to come on here, have a good show with y'all today, man. I love y'all, man. We got a couple more videos we're going to be pushing out today. Make sure them post notifications is on. Y'all put that. Some of y'all are still. Put it down. You're supposed to be sober right now. Nah, you know what? It's finna be Friday. Y'all keep drinking. Keep drinking. We ain't gonna. Don't snitch. Some of y'all thought I was gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. Y'all drinking that juice? That gin and juice. Keep at it now. Y'all keep dancing. Keep celebrating. You know, we wishing the best in everybody's life, because quite frankly, you don't know what anybody is going through right now in these dark times, man. Crazy times we're living in, man. Crazy times, and we don't know what to expect next, man. But I love y'all, and I'll catch you beautiful people in the next one, man. Peace and love, family.